In Packet Tracer 10.7.6, we will use a TFTP server to manage various Cisco router and switch iOS images. We have two routers and a switch. TFTP stands for Trivial File Transfer Protocol. A TFTP server can help manage and store iOS, stands for Internet Operating System, iOS images. A TFTP server can also help to organize different versions of iOS images. It's a good practice to keep a backup copy of not only the configs, but also iOS software images in case a system image becomes corrupted or accidentally erased. A TFTP server can also be used to store new upgrades to the iOS, which can then be deployed throughout the network when needed. In this activity, you will upgrade the iOS images on Cisco devices by using a TFTP server, and you will also back up an iOS image with the use of a TFTP server. Part 1. In step 1, we'll first access the TFTP server. We can just click on it. It says to enable the TFTP service by going to the TFTP tab and clicking on to toggle that on. The completion rate should increase when we do that step. In the next step, we want to take a look at the iOS image files that are available on the TFTP server. And the first question to answer in your document is, which iOS images stored on the server are compatible with a model 1941 Cisco router? Go back and look at the list of files, and we're looking for a 1900 series image because this is in that range. There are two which begin with C for Cisco 1900, and there's two different versions of images there. You could grab a screenshot of that if you want, or use a snipping tool to just grab those two lines and then copy and paste them in your document. So you can just click Control V to paste that in. From R2, we're asked to issue the show flash command and report how much flash memory is available. The amount available is right here. You can copy that whole line or just the amount that's available. I'm just going to click and Control V. This amount is expressed in bytes. You can add in bytes or not. That comes out to about 221.9 megabytes of space available. Next, copy the K9, which is a cryptographic type of image which allows you to do SSH, iOS version 15.5 image for the 1941 router from the TFTP server to R2. That'll be the second one in the list, version 15.5. First, can we ping the TFTP server? Do we have good connectivity? Yes, we do. So we can proceed to copy the image that we need. Copy from TFTP to Flash, where we're storing our iOS images. Enter the address or name of the remote host. The source file name, you can copy that from the instructions. Enter. We'll keep the same name as the file name, so just press enter. The exclamation points have marked the progress as it copied, and we have an OK that it copied successfully. In step E, we will verify that the iOS image has been copied to Flash by repeating the show flash command. How many iOS images are located in Flash now? Now that we've done that copy, we have two. These end in a .bin for binary. Next, use the boot system command to load the newer IP base image that we just copied into the next reload. If you like, you can just copy and paste that from the directions. Go into config mode first. So the command is boot system, where to find the image, flash, and then the name of the image. Again, the completion rate has increased. In step G, we're asked to save the configuration and reload R2. Save the running config to the startup, and then reload. That will read in the new image that we just copied. After the router is done reloading, we will, in step H, use the show version command to verify that that updated one was loaded. Now there's quite a bit of output here, so if you want to narrow that down, you could just say include uppercase iOS. That shows us version 15.5 was loaded, the one that we wanted. In step 2, we will upgrade an iOS image on a switch. Our layer 2 switch is S1 here. We will access the TFTP server and copy the switch iOS, which has this name, to S1. Again, it's a good idea to make sure that the server is reachable, which it is. We have the command here to copy from TFTP to Flash, so we can go ahead and start that. We know the address of the host. For our source file name, we were given that in the instructions. Copy and paste in. So this will be version 15.0, and we'll accept the file name. That was a very quick copy. That was about a 4 meg file. Next, we are to use the boot system command to configure the switch to load the new iOS image on the boot. The command would be, again, boot system. The location will be Flash, and then we can paste in that command after the colon, or the operating system name, and press enter. Notice with the router we just put a space after Flash, but for this one there's a colon in between Flash and the file name. Our completion rate has increased. Now save the config, even though it doesn't tell us to in step C. Be sure and save the config before we reload. Copy, run, star, reload, switch S1. And then we will verify that the new image has been loaded into memory. In step D, it says to close the TFTP configuration window if it is still open. So while we're waiting for that switch to load, we can just close that window and go back to the switch. The switch is up now, and we were to verify that the new image has been loaded into memory. So we can say show var include iOS, and yes, it's 15.02, which matches the image that we copied over. And in part 2A, we go to R1 now because we're going to back up an image. Display the contents of Flash. What is the file name of the iOS image on R1? The length and the name of the file are kind of running together there. If you want to make it easier to copy, you can do a dir of Flash, and that has better separation, although it does wrap around. Copy and paste the iOS image name into your document there. This is again a K9 image, which is a cryptographic image, and the iOS version here is 15.5-3. We will use the copy command to back up the iOS from this flash memory on R1 over to the TFTP server. This is a ISR 4321 is the model. ISR stands for Integrated Services Router. This is going to be a larger image and take longer to copy. First, ping the TFTP server to see if it's available. So copy from Flash to the TFTP server. It will ask us what our source file name is. That's still in the copy buffer from pasting it into the document. Then the address of the remote host, the TFTP server that we're going to store it on. Usually it's normal to keep the same destination file name. So it will be printing out these exclamation marks every 10 packets or so as it copies. This one's actually over 486 megabytes, so that's going to take longer. After we're done with the copy, we will access the TFTP server and verify that that iOS image has been copied over there. And since the TFTP server window doesn't auto refresh, you might have to close it and reopen it if you don't see the file name at first. And now the copy is complete. The completion rate should be at 100% as soon as that finishes copying. And to the TFTP server on the TFTP tab, we're looking for that image name that has the ISR 4300 at the beginning. And you might have to scroll down to see it. On mine, it's the third one from the end. That is copied successfully, and that concludes this packet tracer. Please turn in your completed Word document and packet tracer file to the Dropbox and let me know if you have any questions. Thank you.